Hey everyone, Zach Finds Fish here. I want to kind of talk about some of the lures I have. As the season's coming to an end, our last video, the weather was freezing. It was about 50 degrees. It's only supposed to roughly stay in that temperature range. So it's only going to get colder. We may have a warm front come in that's maybe like 60 degrees, but we're really running out of time. So I figured right now what I'll do, since I am going to be running out of time to fish, and there'll be a lull within winter for me since I am in the Midwest. I'm probably gonna go ice fishing maybe once or twice. And then that's not even for certain yet. So I want to kind of talk about some of the lures I have and what I'll be using in these next couple weeks. I know I'll be fishing this weekend if it does not rain and it's not freezing outside. So I will be fishing with some of these lures. And I also kind of want to talk to you guys. I am a budget fisherman. I am no pro. I am not an expert. Obviously, with YouTube and Google, you can get as much information as you want if you want to find it. Obviously, you have to pick through a lot of it. But I have watched a lot of YouTubers that, have been doing this for a while. Shout out to Norm, Yak Pack, ND Yak, Fisherman, anglers, people like that. And I've learned a lot through them. So I kind of want to talk to you the lures that I've kind of learned from them, but also trying to find those lures within a budget. I think the most expensive lure I've ever spent, or the most amount of money I've spent on a lure, is about like $9. So that's been my most expensive, but I've bought lures that were $1 at Walmart. And in the last video, I used that dollar lure and I caught a 1.3 pound bass. So it was pretty good. So let's go over the lures I have and kind of show you what I'll be using these next couple weeks. So again, I am a budget fisherman. A lot of my lures are kind of lower end, close to like $3, $2. Walmart lures, which are $2.16. I think they're Cordell or Cordell Gordon lures that are at Walmart for $2.96. So I have a lot of those kind of lures, and I've even bought lures off Temu and Amazon. And I think the most expensive there I spent on Amazon was $16 for 3 Whopper Ploppers. So, and then I bought the same Whopper Ploppers on Temu for $2.50. So again, I did not spend a lot of money on my lures, and it has worked for me. So we're gonna talk about just kind of the hard plastics I have, the hard lures I have here. Kind of bring those out so I can showcase those. Again, I'll show you guys the most expensive lure I have is right here. This is the, if it picks it up, there it goes. There it goes. This is the Spook. This is the Sexy Dog Junior by Strike King. Ooh, don't want to drop those. This is the lure that I've spent the most money on. This lure right here was around $9 or so, $8 or $9. And the only place I've ever caught fish at was the private lake. So this is very finessey. It's really hard for me to work this specific lure on the rod that I have. 7.3, medium heavy fast. And I do feel like more or less that rod, the Custom Lures Black, it is a little stiff, so it doesn't work as great with that lure right there. So again, $9, won't be using that. So again, I'll kind of show what I'm going to be using for this last few weeks I'll be fishing. Always going to go with my, always going to throw it out there just because it is my kind of go-to. It is I guess I'll just show them both. This is Gordon Cordell or Cordell Gordon lures from Walmart. These are just little crankbaits. I think they're between maybe 3 and 6 depth, 3 and 6 feet depth. And I've caught a ton of bass on this, and this was a $3 lure, $2.96 at Walmart. I've used that. So I'll be throwing that out as well. With the water being colder, I probably will kind of stay away from top water. I have not had any luck with top water, but I cannot stress it enough. This jerkbait, so this jerkbait right here is the Walmart. Still has a little bit of seaweed from last video. This lure right here, let's see if it can focus on it, not my face. Using cinematic mode on my phone. But this lure right here is $2.16, and I caught my PB bass on this. Again, you don't have to spend a lot of money to catch, big fish, right? So this, I guess overall, it's the quality of the hooks and it's quality of the lure. Obviously, typically the more you spend, probably the higher quality. With that white lure there, the paint is already chipping off that one. But here is this is I think it's an XPS from Cabela. Let's see if it picks it up here. There it goes. XPS lure right here. It's a jerk bait. think this is a 0 to 3 jerkbait here, and it's suspending. So what I like about it versus that white lure is that white lure jerk, and then it floats right to the surface. So I've noticed I've struggled more to use that as a jerkbait. I either crank it or at the pond, I jerk and let it float all the way to the surface. So this lure has been kind of my go-to as of late because it has a really good jerk action. It's kind of like, it does a complete 180 and then it suspends there. It stays in the water, right where it's supposed to be in that water column. So I'll definitely be using that just in that last video. So here are my $1 spinner baits that I got from Walmart. You can pick through a bunch of them here. I got the chartreuse and green, and then I also got a white one as well. These were $1, okay? Did not spend a lot of money on these. If it's gonna, pick it up. It's trying. Again, using cinematic mode on my phone. But then I have the white one here, have not used. But I spent $1. Again, I've not spent a lot of money on lures. And in these last few weeks, to me personally, the only lure that I will say that I can really tell the quality difference is this lure from 6 Sense. So this lure I picked up at Walmart. It was in a wrong box, and I asked the employee how much he thought it would be. And he gave it to me for $2.96. So I bought this 6 Sense bluegill lure for $3. And I'll tell you right now, it's already in me. These hooks are sticky. These hooks, I can definitely tell they're high quality hooks. And I'll definitely maybe use that one, but I feel like as it becomes fall time, I'm gonna have to use brighter colors. I've noticed the water's pretty murky. So this is another Cabela's / Bass Pro Shop lure. This is an XPS. This is, I think, a 2 to 6 or 3 to 6 deep diving lure. I tried to use it in the last video. And it just, again, couldn't get anything. I've watched some videos and people talked about this lure with the hooks not being that great. I haven't had any issues. I don't see any rust. The only lures I actually see rust on are the Whopper Ploppers from Temu. Again, $2.50. So you can't really beat that. So really right now, spinner baits I'm going to be using, I got that for $1. I'll be using that white crankbait. That was $3. That I'll probably alternate between the two jerk baits, the white one, which is $2.16 at Walmart, and the green one from Bass Pro, that was $4. And right now, that's kind of my go-to. And then I'm going to move to my soft plastics here, because I know if anybody's watching this that has subscribed to the channel and you've seen my lures, I kind of flip through them relatively quick. I don't really talk about them very much. But then I do have another bin with all my soft plastics. So I have, my Senko worms, I have natural green, I have a Georgia Craw, I think it's called. So this one is it's an orange and green. And then I have a dark blue. I have a black with blue speckle. And I know a lot of YouTubers, if this will focus on it, a lot of YouTubers love that black and blue. I have, again, not a pro, super novice, really getting into it. I have yet to catch anything on soft plastic. So I have yet to feel what it's like when a fish slurps up the lure. And I don't know when I'm just kind of dragging it into weeds and I go to set the hook. In some videos, you might notice me doing that because I can't tell yet what it feels like when a fish slurps up that worm. But so I have, again, I think what I'm going to try when I go out on Wednesday, so today is Monday, I'll be using these at the river. If you guys watch the video, I'm going to be using these. I'm going to be using my chatterbaits. I have a perch chatterbait or a bluegill. This might actually be a bluegill. It's got a little red bottom with the green sides. So you can kind of see a little bit of red there. And I have it with some swimmers on it, some trailers. These are Strike King, so it's another natural perch, maybe bluegill. It's got a silver bottom with green, so it might be perch. And then I also do have white. So I have white as well with a white chatterbait. And I'm definitely going to give these a shot at that river. So this river is right next to the lake that I've been fishing and have been striking out at. So I'll definitely give these a shot there as well, because I think really what I need to do is start working the lure slower, because these fish are slowing down because the water is so cold. Yesterday, my hands just switching lures out, my hands were freezing. So this is kind of what I'm going to be using come this next couple weeks before the season ends. We're going to be going fishing with my father-in-law We're going to be going to the same places I kind of took Terry, and then probably wrapping up the season fishing at Terry's aunt's house, where you guys haven't seen yet because I didn't use the GoPro yet. But it's a smaller pond. It's a backyard pond that they have to have because there's no fire hydrants there. So I'll definitely be fun fishing there. So it's fully stocked, ready to for people to fish at, if obviously if you know them. So we'll be wrapping up the season there. So if you want to see any more of my other lures, or if you want to just come with me shopping at Walmart, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe we won't fish it, but I'll kind of talk about what I look for, because again, I know there's really good lures out there, and I know there is a difference in quality, but sometimes the quality doesn't equal more fish, and the quality doesn't equal one is terrible, one's really great. Like I really do feel overall, again, we'll kind of go before I wrap this video up to these two lures right here, okay? One is $10, one is like $5, and they are almost identical, right? Now, granted, I haven't used this one yet at all. This has a higher pitch rattle than this one, but I'm interested on how good this lure will be because it's $10. This was like $5. So again, quality doesn't mean quantity. Quality doesn't mean bigger size. Again, another comparison are these two lures here. This one's $2.16. This one was $4. I will say quality obviously better, and I like the action better. But if this one works just as fine, and I have caught my PB on this one. I haven't caught the PB on the green. Maybe I did. I did catch my PB on the green one, but I caught the bigger fish with that white lure. So that's what I'm going to be using. I don't know. Maybe I'll kind of throw out some whopper ploppers here and there to try to see if we can get some bass to move up on top water. Again, I will be trying to go to that river on Wednesday and kind of move around to try to catch some fish before the season ends. But that's what I'll be using. Again, if you guys want to come to Walmart with me, I'll kind of bring you guys through. I have a Walmart that has a decent size section of fishing gear, but I don't have any Cabela's or Bass Pros really near me other than like 45 minutes away. So I don't just take trips out there. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys just like hanging out with me, kind of talking about what I'll be using these next couple weeks, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon, hopefully, because if you guys see me soon, that means we caught some fish. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.